Hey everybody, it's Emily at ARG Schooling, and welcome back to another episode of Homeschool Tidbits. Welcome back to Build Your Library's Homeschool Tidbits. Today we're doing episode 26. This is also part of our Back to Homeschool series, and we're going to be talking about getting organized for the new homeschool year. In this weekly video series, I will delve briefly into a topic related to homeschooling, and I'll share some of my knowledge and expertise with you as a longtime homeschooling parent of 4 children, 3 of whom that I've graduated, and 1 who is a new college graduate. So you bought your curriculum, and you went school supply shopping, so now what? If you're like most homeschool parents, you're probably hoping to find a way to keep track of all your materials and keep them both organized and accessible. I'm not claiming to be any kind of organizational guru, but I like to think that I at least have managed to keep our homeschool materials in some order over the years. So today I'm going to be talking about some tips to help you stay organized. If you read our blog and watch the videos, you're going to see that I'm deviating a little bit from our blog post today, because in the blog post I shared some tips and things that I've used in the past. And today, in this video, I'm going to focus on what we are using now and what is working for us now in this current homeschool year. So currently this year, I'm only homeschooling 1 child, just my 13-year-old, who is going into the 8th grade. I recently shared some videos that I'll link down below for you guys, detailing our materials and curriculum and things that we're going to be using this school year. So if you're interested in that, check out those links. As for staying organized, well, I'll say it's a lot easier with just 1 as opposed to all 4. Last year it occurred to me that my daughter worked better when she was comfortable on the couch. She hated the transition from morning basket time where we're snuggly and comfortable on the couch to moving to the kitchen table to do seat work. So basically what we ended up doing is what I lovingly call couch schooling. I load up our utility cart with all the books and materials that we're going to be using, and have my laptop handy, and we just do all of our work right there on the couch. This makes things accessible for both of us, and that means we actually get it done. We don't have to go and leave the room to go find something. Now I have 2 utility carts, but only one of them is used for homeschooling things for now. That might change in the future, but right now all of our materials fit on 1 cart, and we just keep that handy. And because it's on wheels, I can roll it around the room, I can move it if we need to. So it's very, very useful, I think. So this one is dedicated to our homeschool materials, and I have another one that is currently being used to hold materials for potential Build Your Library unit studies and things like that. But if I had the space, or if I need a second cart in the future, I think I would end up using another one for more like school supplies and art materials and that sort of thing. I just find those to be really useful. Now, another favorite purchase I've made, and something that I've been using for a while now, is my bamboo rotating art supply organizer. And I'll show you guys this one that I keep downstairs. I have 2 of these. One sits on my desk in my office and houses my ridiculous pen collection. And this one is for school purposes for the most part. So these are great because, 1, you can see they rotate, so it's easy to grab what you need. And they have ample space for supplies. So like we have all our calligraphy pens here, erasers, my ever-growing pen collection. We have our favorite pencils are the Dixon Ticonderoga. Those are just excellent. We also have these Ninja pencils I got at our local bookstore. And mechanical pencils. Glue sticks, I can't reach, but they're in here. Bookmarks. So I just love these, and they're super useful and handy. So, and they're inexpensive. I think that costs like $25, $28 or something. So definitely worth the money, I think. Another thing I always keep in supply are notebooks, and I'm just talking about regular spiral notebooks. I love having extra notebooks on hand for myself. I use them constantly for writing notes and things when I'm reading, because to this day I cannot bring myself to write in a book. So having notebooks handy. I can jot down notes and ideas while I'm reading, which, you know, is just for my own benefit, but also for like when I'm working on unit studies and things. But I also use our spiral notebooks for our daily checklists, which I have a video about that I've talked about in the past. I will link it for you guys so you can go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. But I use spiral notebooks to keep daily checklists for my daughter's schoolwork. This is going to be even more important now as we get closer and closer to high school and I'm working on building up her independence with getting schoolwork done. Having a checklist to work from saves time for both of us because she can see exactly what she needs to get done each day, and it gives her the independence to tackle her day without needing my constant guidance. And speaking of notebooks, I have been using the notebooks from Megan at School Nest, and I just love how pretty and colorful they are, and they're great for keeping us organized. I currently own her timeline notebook and copywork, science, and history. So I like these because they're pretty to look at. They have like nice colorful spines, but they also, like the timeline is just organized really well. And we haven't really done anything with that yet because we had been on a geography kick for quite a while. So now we're going to be hopefully adding to that this year. I just think that they're great and very useful for keeping our materials organized. I also have her planner, though I have never been great with keeping up a fancy planner because I tend to just do better when I make my own thing. But I just think the concept is great that it's set up specifically for homeschooling. And I am a sucker for beautiful notebooks. So you should check out Megan's notebooks because they're just really pretty and helpful. And one final item that I would recommend for keeping yourself organized is a whiteboard. I like having a visual place where I can leave notes or put our dictation assignment or copywork, a quote of the day or word of the day, and things of that nature. I especially like having it for copywork and dictation because it puts the passage in a prominent place in our house where my daughter is going to see it a lot. So it's really great for like just retaining the information without having to constantly go over it. I recently bought a new one because my old one just didn't have the space for it anymore. We're very short on wall space because bookshelves. And our old one was just sitting on the floor and the dogs kept knocking it over. So I needed to get a new one. I just bought one that's not here yet. I was hoping it would be here for this video, but it's a magnetic one that you can put like on the refrigerator, but I'm going to put ours on the inside of our front door, because it's magnetic, it's metal, so that it'll be right in her eyesight constantly. I also have a small one that I haven't pulled out lately, but I need to see if I still have it, because those are great. The little ones, like the lap-sized, are perfect for like working out math problems. It's a huge help with saving paper because then they can just erase and start over and they don't have to like burn through entire notebooks of graph paper for 3 weeks worth of math. The whiteboards are very useful for that as well. And that is how I keep our little homeschool running. There are numerous pictures on Pinterest and Instagram with beautiful schoolrooms and so many different ways to organize every single thing in your homeschool. But you need to do what makes sense for you and your children. Figure out what works best for you. Is it high style or high function? Just because an idea worked for someone else doesn't mean it's going to work for you now. And it might not even work for you every single year. I've had to change things up frequently over the years. Let me know down below in the comments, what is the best organizational tip that you use in your homeschool? I would love to hear about it. Let me know down below. We can share tips on best ways to organize our homeschools. Also, the code for next week's Build Your Library giveaway, this is for the week of the 22nd through the 27th, and the code is Get Organized. If you found this video helpful, I hope you'll check out Build Your Library curriculum. Build Your Library is a secular, literature-rich homeschool curriculum inspired by Charlotte Mason's philosophy of education. Based on nearly 20 years of homeschooling, I created the curriculum that I wished I'd had when I first started homeschooling my children. I've spent thousands of hours cultivating the best literature to enhance your children's studies. Our lesson plans make homeschooling simple. Just open your lesson plans, gather your materials, and go. Our easy-to-use lesson plans include everything you need to homeschool. Just add math. Choose from our full-year K-12 levels, our topical unit studies, and our newest product, Lit Bites. With Build Your Library, you will cultivate a home library filled with captivating literature, and you'll raise children who become lifelong learners. So snuggle up with our lesson plans and a good book or three and have your best homeschool year ever. I hope you found this tidbit to be helpful. Come back next week for more homeschooling inspiration. Until then, happy reading. Bye.